Hey guys, finally the votes and everything is over. So the community, you guys have decided which is the best P1. So no surprise, that is Flutterpage. But I will show you some of the analysis, the votes that you guys did. So at least you know which is second best, third best, because I know a lot of you have already have Flutterpage P1, so you want to know what is the second best that you want to use and upgrade. But one thing is that here in this video, I will also show you the current result of the meta in the different rates, right? Performance in different rate. So this is done by the CN player. They did a compilation, so I just took it and put it in this video to show you, because there is something quite interesting. Lorentz is not in the Lingering Glow party. It's not in the Lingering Glow archetype. So what happened to Lorentz? So will that actually affect your decision to get Lorentz P1 or not? Because that Lorentz you guys voted, that is the second choice after Flutterpage. Okay, but before that, let us look at the initial vote. So initially, I started off by putting a bunch of character, and then you guys vote which P1 is worth it. I'm not saying which is the best, but which one is worth it. So based on this, actually, Lorentz is the first, not Flutterpage. But I do understand this because like a lot of you have already gotten Flutterpage P1, and maybe you didn't get the message properly that I'm asking to vote for what do you think is worth, like the P1 that is worth to get from the selector, not the one like you already have. But it's okay. A lot of you only vote one or two characters, so that gave me a message that you are only voting for the character that you want, not generally for everyone, you know. But that's good because everyone have a lot of you have Flutterpage P1, so that's great. Anyway, number 1 is Lorentz, number 2 is Flutterpage. Number 3 is Coppelia, number 4 Teferi, 5 is Charon, 6 is He Guang. I'm pretty surprised that He Guang is pretty high up. And then 7 is Recoleta. And then 8, Broom. Broom is also there, so that's a good, interesting choice as well. Even higher than Ramona and Robuska, which are a little bit surprised because like everyone wants Ramona's portrait because at P5 she's just crazy. So at least getting her P1 is like a stepping stone. But her P1 does make her rotation faster. She start with more Moxie, I think. So I thought Ramona would be higher. But I think a lot of you probably skip Poison. I remember the patch when Ramona debuted, you guys wanted to save resources for the other patch, like for Enigma, then later on the collab patch. So I guess a lot of you have skipped Ramona. So it's understandable that Ramona is not higher. And the 8, forgot to mention that other than Broom, Marsha is also in the 8 because they both have the same vote. But for your information, the time when I picked the top 8 to the voting at the community, YouTube community, Broom was lower. Okay, lower than Marsha, but now Broom is the same Marsha, so I'm putting them at the same position, which is 8. And then 9 is Ramona, and 10 is Robuska. However, from the vote, okay, Marsha and Teferi lost, so Marsha went up. And then you have Coppelia versus Recoleta, and Coppelia won, so Coppelia went up. Lorentz was with He Guang, and He Guang lost, and Flutterpage with Charon, and Charon lost. Then after that, Marsha and Coppelia. So Coppelia, you all voted for Coppelia, not Marsha. So Coppelia is at number 3, Marsha is at 4. And then Lorentz versus Flutterpage. Flutterpage, way higher vote than Lorentz. So finally, this is the top 4. Flutterpage, Lorentz, Coppelia, and Marsha. For me, I approve this, so I think this is a fair vote, and I personally would also put Flutterpage at number 1, Lorentz at number 2, and number 3 will be Coppelia. But personally, just for your information, I'm getting He Guang because I have Lorentz P1, I have Flutterpage P1, and I really want He Guang in Liang Yue's team. I like the gameplay more, so I'm getting He Guang P2. For me, Coppelia still kind of difficult, but yeah, I'm still going to go with He Guang. All right. So if you guys go for Coppelia, I can understand why it is a good choice. But So now this is the but. Okay, the one that I mentioned just now at the start of the video. What happened to Lorentz? So let us look into this list. Okay, this is from position 22 to 18. Lorentz is there, but it's not in the barrels team. It's with Mercuria. If you watched my video previously, I've done this Mercuria where I use Lorentz to duplicate a lot of her rank 3 and then she do a lot of damage. She at least could hit about 10 million in rate, so it's kind of crazy. And Lorentz is in her team. But if we look into the current barrels team, Lorentz is missing. So what happened? Okay, what happened? The answer is J happened. Okay, J replaces Marsha, works a little bit better with Barrel compared to Marsha. And the thing is that J himself does a lot of damage. So now you kind of have like a two strong attacker, which is Barrel and J. So technically, if you put Flutterpage in this team, Flutterpage will enhance both Barrel and J. So with that, it's going to boost up the damage. So I do understand why, in that case, you would remove Lorentz, because Lorentz would only work with Barrel and it's not going to enhance J's damage. So overall, you might see a lower damage output. So this happened in raid 1. And in raid 2, they took out Flutterpage, they bring in Rhiannon, and still Lorentz is missing here. And then in the third raid, they took out Jay, they put in Marsha, but still Lorentz is missing. So yeah, if you have P1 Lorentz, the rotation will be smoother, but I'm not too sure if that will outdamage this current setup. I do really think that this setup is pretty strong. So you might really need to reconsider, do you really want to get Lorentz P1 because of this? Okay, because the third choice, Coppelia, perhaps if you're talking about meta, Coppelia might be more relevant. Yeah, but if you're talking about like you want to have fun, you want to use Lorentz in Yang Yue's team, and yeah, speaking of Yang Yue, is Lorentz is in her team? Again, no. Is Rhiannon, Flutterpage, J, and then Rhiannon, Flutterpage, J, and Rhiannon, Flutterpage, Lopera. Okay, so again, Lorentz is missing here, but like I say, if you want to use Lorentz in different teams just for fun, like doing triple attack and everything, if you want to go for fun factor, then yes, go for P1 Lorentz. Or else, yeah, check this list out and do really consider. Do tell me if you're still going for Lorentz P1 in the comment section. Yeah, so basically, that's all. That's the message that I want to tell you guys so that you can make a better decision on which P1 to select. Alright, so thank you very much for watching and have a good day.